Hello and welcome to the Daily Comic and Collectible, episode 268. Now, today, the collectible of the day is the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Superman Animated Series Black Suit Superman action figure. For much of his early life, Justice Lord's background matched that of his Justice League's counterpart. That was until President Lex Luthor. After he was confronted and killed, forever changing Superman, who prior did not kill his enemies, the Justice Lords continued on imposing their brand of harsh justice on the Earth. This Superman action figure is based on his look from his multiverse variant, Justice Lord, from Superman the Animated Series. This incredibly detailed 7-inch scale figure is designed with McFarlane's ultra articulation with up to 22 moving parts for a full range of posing and play. The animated series Superman includes alternate hands, a piece of bent steel, and a standing base. Included is the collectible art card with figure photo on front and biography on the back, released by McFarlane Toys. Now the comic of the day is Superman, Doomed, issue number 1, with a cover date of July 2014. With story by Charles Soule, Greg Pak, and Scott Lobdell, art by Ken Lashley, and cover art by Ken Lashley. This was the first issue of the Superman Doomed storyline crossover event encompassing most titles. 3 U.S. spider jets have arrived to an island in order to take down a threat, Doomsday. Before the pilots can deploy their weapons, their jets are suddenly torn apart. However, Superman saves the pilots and brings them to a nearby aircraft carrier. There, Superman speaks with the Admiral, asking him to retreat while they still can. Superman goes to the island to confront Doomsday, only to find the entire place in ruins and Doomsday nowhere to be seen. Later, at the Fortress of Solitude, Superman and Dr. Veritas talk about Doomsday's recent evolution. Apparently, Doomsday has acquired the power to enter and exit the Phantom Zone at will. Superman is concerned in finding a way to defeat Doomsday, and Dr. Veritas says he might have to kill it, otherwise the world will be in danger. Meanwhile, Lana travels to Smallville, where the military has established a quarantine zone after the population mysteriously fell into a coma. The guard does not allow her into the area. All of a sudden, Lois arrives to Smallville, and the guard allows her in. Lois has secretly brought Lana with her. Both are interested in knowing what happened at Smallville, so they put on hazmat suits. Lois asks the military questions, while Lana finds her comatose parents. As the affected are brought to tents, Lana texts Clark, who comforts her. At the same time, Lois has a telepathic conversation with Brainiac. Meanwhile, Doomsday has reappeared at Botswana. John Henry Irons, who is taking a vacation with his niece Natasha, watches Doomsday's rampage and puts on his steel armor. Steel barely lasts a few seconds against Doomsday before Doomsday's toxins affect him. Fortunately, Superman and Wonder Woman enter the scene and are ready to confront Doomsday together, but Doomsday escapes through a Phantom Zone portal. Later, the Justice League has assembled in the emergency bunker in Washington, D.C. to discuss Doomsday's threat. Green Lantern cannot join the fight as the Green Lantern Corps are too busy fighting the Durlans and Coons. He suggests bringing Simon Baz or the Red Lanterns to the fight, but Superman refuses. Luthor, appearing on a hologram, says that Doomsday becomes stronger by stealing the life force from his victims, so that it can gather enough power to take on Superman. He suggests Superman should leave the planet to draw Doomsday away. The other heroes are disgusted by such a thought, but Superman agrees. Before he leaves, however, he gives Batman a key to the Fortress of Solitude and shares a romantic moment with Wonder Woman. Superman confronts Doomsday in India, and they take the fight into outer space. The two fighters land on Venus. Enraged, Superman burns and seemingly destroys Doomsday with a huge blast of heat vision. Thinking Doomsday has been defeated, Superman returns to Smallville to see if there is a way to help the victims. All of a sudden, Doomsday reappears through a portal and brutally attacks Superman. Using all of his strength left, Superman rips Doomsday in half. With the fight over, Superman falls unconscious. Geek fact: this issue was considered a key issue, being the first full appearance of the Doomsday virus. Bonus geek fact: Doomsday is a prehistoric Kryptonian of unimaginable power. His first cameo and first full appearances were in Superman the Man of Steel, issue number 17 and 18, from November and December of 1992. Another bonus geek fact: being a crossover event, this story continues in Action Comics, Volume 2, issue number 31, from July of 2014. And final geek fact: here comes a spoiler. The Doomsday toxin affects Superman, turning him into a creature known as Super Doom. He would continue Doomsday's carnage. In a climactic battle with Brainiac, Superman was cured of his affliction. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me for today's Daily Comic and Collectible, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. This is CatFan ComicsMan, and I'll catch you on the flip. Over and out.